Hello friends, welcome to this session on F&O setup from scratch. The previous session I had started creating a product and I just stopped there when I now started creating the storage dimension. So today I want to start with the storage dimension setup. So in my earlier session I had just created the product and I stopped at the point where I wanted to create a storage dimension. So in this session, it is going to be I'm going to focus on what is storage dimension and why it is needed and what is the impact, okay, if I'm going to use the storage dimension group, okay. I'll come to the product dimension group a little later because as I mentioned, this is a product. So product dimension group is not applicable for product because when I say product, it is specific. It cannot be further categorized or classified. So if I want to use product dimension group, it can be used when I create a product master rather than a product. Okay. So now I want to focus on storage dimension in this video. So let me show you what are the various storage dimension groups already available. Okay, this is a out of the box, it is shared. So there is a site warehouse level, site level domain storage dimension group, and site warehouse level and site warehouse location level. So before I get this, what I need to do for my product name is brake cable. Okay, I want to track my product brake cable with a storage dimension. What storage dimension should I use? Let me explain to you what I want to do for brake cable. Okay, please bear with me until I bring up the presentation on the storage location dimension. Okay, okay, please hold on. Capture. Now, let me show you this. A single slide to understand what is the storage dimension. Okay, so this is my storage dimension which I'm going to set up for my product called a brake cable. This is the image of a brake cable. Now I want my brake cable to be identified at the lowest level as much as possible. So how do I do that? I can say that, okay, I will I will store my or I will track my brake cable at a site level. This is a Delhi site, okay. Or I can say that I want to store and track my brake cable at a warehouse level. This is the warehouse north, okay. And I can also put I can also store my brake cable at a different warehouse south. These are the two levels. Now the next thing is that I want to make sure that because it's a small part, it's a spare part, I want to know the specific location inside my warehouse. Okay, not only inside my warehouse, not only inside my site, but also inside my warehouse. Okay, so I want to pull this brake cable and then bring it down to the lowest level. This is the lowest level. Okay, so the first level is the site level tracking, storage and tracking. The second level is the warehouse level, site warehouse level tracking, and the third level is the site warehouse and location level tracking. So I want to store my brake cable in this level: storage, site, warehouse, and location. Okay, so now I want to give a detailed picture of how a location looks like. Okay, now this is my warehouse location picture. So if you look at it, the whole image is for a warehouse location, and whereas within warehouse location there are components. What is that? This path, which is the walkway, is called aisle. Okay, I name it as aisle 01, and this entire rack is called rack. Okay, this entire place where we store our items or products is called a rack. This is called rack 1, and this structure is called rack 2. Okay, now the second level is that the shelf. Okay, within a rack I can have so many shelves: shelf 1, shelf 2, shelf 3, and shelf 4. And similarly for under rack 2, shelf 1, shelf 2, shelf 3, shelf 4. The next level is further down. It's a very small part. I want to even store my very minute parts like screws, bolts, and fasteners, springs. Okay, they are very minor, minute part, product items. I want to put it in a pigeonhole kind of a box, and then I want to store it there. That's called the bin. So if you look at it, I can store at a rack level, I can store at a shelf level, or I can store at a bin level. But whereas I'm going to stop my brake cable and track it at a shelf level. So that's why I placed my product brake cable at a shelf level. So if it is a very minor, I can even put it inside a bin and then give a next level of storage called bin 1 or bin 2 or bin 3. So this is how I want to store my brake cable and then track it. So I will now go back to the now presentation of the application. Let me, okay, now, right, now I am in my product creation page. I'm in dimension group. So I want to set up storage warehouse location. Okay, so that's why I've used this storage, warehouse, and location. Okay, and then the next thing is the tracking dimension group. So the tracking dimension group is applicable where I want to use serial number, okay, or a pallet number. I don't want to use that. I'm stopping that. I'm not using my tracking dimension here, so I'm saying none. So for brake cable, I'm just stopping at a dimension group called storage dimension group. I'm not using product dimension because it's not applicable for a product, and I'm not using tracking dimension because I don't want to track at the serial number. I don't deal with serial numbers for brake cable. Okay, if there is a let's say if there is an engine or any specific part where it has got a serial number, I can use that. So I'm not using here for my brake cable. Okay, that's all. Now, so this is what the setup, the major setup of my product. Okay, so now I have saved it. Now what I want to do is I want to now release it to my business entities. Now it is basically it is I have defined a structure, and I have to make sure that I am able to use it. Okay, so how do I use that? I have to release it to my business entity or business legal entity. Okay, now let me do that. Okay, now the rest of the fields I am not going to use it because it is little advanced. I will come to that point when I get there. When I use the relevant type of product. For example, the configuration technology, it's not applicable here. Okay, because I'm creating a product. When I create a product master, I will be dealing with this. Okay, I will show you what is configuration technology and what is the impact of that, how to use it in transactions. Okay, so again, now here it is not applicable because it is a product specific. I cannot I'm not going to classify it further. The brake cable is universal for all my vehicles I'm going to deal. Okay, so maybe I can add brake cable two-wheeler, brake cable four-wheeler, but this is a simple product I'm creating. So this is universal. I'm not going to have any color. I'm not going to have any way group or way size, or I'm not going to have any variant of this. So that's why I've just these are all disabled for product. Okay, so that's all I have to define for a product. Now what I should do, I have to make sure that I'm able to use this and now configure more information on that in order to make it to be visible in my transaction screens. How do I do that? First, I will release this product to my legal entity. Okay, so this is the step. How do I do that? Press the release product menu, then keep pressing. Okay, confirm the legal entity. Okay, so select product variant to release variants release. It's not applicable here, or I can by default it'll automatically pick that. So and select companies to release. I'm going to release it only to my admin group. Okay, now now before I do that, let me show you something. Okay, let me show you what is the impact of release products. Okay, I'll go to product information management. I'll go to released product. Remember, I can use this no item in a transaction only when it is showing up in my release product. Now I want to see whether my product is visible here. So it's not showing up here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this is my legal entity. Okay, I want to see that. Okay, earlier I used a different legal entity. I'm sorry about that. Okay, now see, it's not showing up here. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that, as I mentioned, the release products are the transaction that will ensure that your products can be used in your respective legal entities. Okay. So if I'm going to release it to all, I have to select all legal entities. If I want to use it only in my ABN legal entity, I will have to release that to ABN. Now, right now it is not released, so I cannot create any transactions for my product which I've created in my product page. So I'm going to use I'm going to release this product. Okay, I'm going to release this product. I'm going to press next, and then I'm going to say confirm selection, and then finish. So it is creating a release product now transaction now. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so this product has been released to my legal entity. Now let me refresh this. Okay. Okay, now you see that it is showing up in my released product pages. Okay, this is the released product page. Now is the point I need to create more information for my product. What is that? I'll show you quickly. Okay, so there are so many information that I have to define for my product. For example, how do I want to as I already showed you the dimension groups, I have already defined it, so it's already, I cannot change it. Once I create it here, now I select it from my product page, I cannot change it here. So make sure that you define your storage dimension group in your product and then release it. Or if I even press okay, I cannot change that storage dimension group in my release product page. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have already created this. I'll have to do this. I showed you an example in my first video. What are the product attributes categories? So right now I'm going to make it very simple. So I will do the basic setup for my brake cable, and I will deal with these other menus when I get there. Okay. So now let me now quickly show you the various tabs. These are all tabs. Okay, these are all called fast tabs. So I'm going to show you all the important tabs, fast tabs, which are applicable for my brake cable. Okay, so this is the plan tab. That's a manage cost. Okay, financial dimensions. Commerce. Okay, so look at this. There are so many tabs, fast tabs. I have to fill in all these attributes which are relevant for my brake cable. So I'm not going to use this in detailed manner, because I want to start with a simple use case. So for example, I'm not going to use the plan level at this point in time. So I'm going to just say general. Already created a storage dimension. I'm saying that it is a none for tracking dimension, because I don't want to track the serial number and information for my breakable. And then, so these are all the very basic information that I have to. Now, this is something item model group. I already created this. Now I have to add item model group here. Okay. Now, what is that I have added? I want to use it as a spare parts. As I mentioned, a breakable is a spare part. I want to give a item model group now, which I had already explained to you in my earlier videos. Those who have not seen my earlier videos, please, I have a special session on item model group. Please refer to my previous videos, and then you will be able to understand what is an item model group. Okay. So this is, I am setting the item model group here, and then I want to define some prices now, purchase price. So I'm going to define the unit of measurement. I'm going to use EA, which is already available. Okay. Right now, I'm not going to use over delivery and under delivery. So these are all things which are applicable when you want to deal with if there is a over delivery for your product breakable or under delivery. Let's say you order 10 cables, break cables for to a supplier, but there is a the supplier has delivered 12 or the supplier has delivered 8. So how do you want to deal with this percentage? So those informations I'm not going to keep it, store it here. So this is something which I say, if you really relate, I can do a vendor list mapping. Okay, if you do this, you will not get this not disturbing item not mapped to the vendor. This is a warning only. So I'm going to I'm not create a vendor. So there is a vendor. So I'm not going to map this. I want to show you what will be the impact if I don't set up a vendor here. Okay, I want to create a price. Okay, let's say it is a 150 bucks. Okay, so the price quantity is 1. Max retail price is I'm not going to use this now. So when I say price, it means that whenever I create a purchase order, in the purchase order line, when I say P001, this price should be fetched. So I will not use this charges group and other things here. I will I'll get into the these fields when I start creating some related transactions. So let me start with a simple scenario. So I'm going to just leave it as it is, all the default values as it is. Okay, so this is something where I want to, and this is again related. If I want to create a vendor here, I can, if I want to map to a vendor, I can do this, and then I can here, this is what warning messages, like I showed you. If you want to just keep it, stay with the warning, no check or not allowed. So I'll just set it as warning only. Okay. Okay. And next is the promote. Promote is something which is not relevant here. I'm not going to use it. If there is any marketing related information, maybe I can use it. I'll come to this point, I know, relevant tab when I'm going to deal with this transaction. So deliver. Okay, what are the delivery modes which I'm going to use? So I'm I'm just skipping this, and then sell. Okay, here I can use a sale order unit. Again, this is a sales order unit is each. I can over delivery, under delivery, I'm not configuring. So price, let's say I want to add a price here. Okay, okay, right, date of price. Okay, price, I want to say it's 200 bucks. Okay, and so this price should be fetched when I create a sale order. This should be fetched. All other informations I'm just using the default values, or I'm not going to use this. Okay. Next is the for a trade is not able to manage inventory. I want to show this. Manage inventory is again now if I want to use additional information for how I want to track it in my inventory model, I can use this. For example, I can define the dimensions of my product that is called breakable. I can add those information here. Okay. Okay. So, for example, the importance of manage inventory tab is where you can define your, as I mentioned, your dimensions. These informations will be useful when you want to use your product in shipping through your own transportation management module, which you're going to configure in F&O. Okay, so this will be useful. I'll be taking you through that transportation model also. So I will be showing you what will be the usage of these when I create some values for here. Okay, so I'm not going to elaborate this. But I want to tell you where the data will be used. Okay, and similarly other informations. So I'm just going to keep it blank because I'm not going to use the batch and serial number. I don't have a tracking dimension. I'm not going to use this information. Okay, so and here again, I already discussed about this compliance. Okay, in my earlier videos, whether I want to use this as a regulated product, I can switch on, switch off. Restricted product, and switch on, switch off here. So all the things are by default they're all no. So I'm going to retain it as it is. And similarly, I want to should I classify brake cable as a hazardous material because this is something related when I want to ship to a location or a geography where I have to declare that this is a hazardous material or not. So these are the attributes, additional attributes I can attach to my product brake cable. So I am not going to do that because it's not applicable. So engineering is somewhere where it is used if I want to manufacture this brake cable. So this is where it is applicable. But this is a spare part. I'm not going to manufacture this. I'm just going to purchase it. So I'm not filling this. So I will definitely use a product where I'm going to have a manufacturing need for that, and I will also take you through the manufacturing setup. Okay, so the next is a plan. The plan is something where it is applicable when you want to do a master planning for this product. I don't want to do master planning for my product brake cable, so I'm not going to use it. So what's a coverage group? So coverage group is, again, you can define various buckets for your master planning, whether you want to plan for the next 15 days, for the next 30 days, and you can give a group name for each of these buckets. So as I mentioned, I am not going to do any master planning for this product at this point in time. Maybe later when I when I want to show an example for this, I will come and change the settings, and then I will walk you through that master planning. So master planning is also you will be seeing this master planning demo down the line. So please stay tuned to that to my channel. I'll be putting up publishing videos for all the SCM modules. That's my objective. So I'm going to take you through the logical sequence, and you will soon be seeing master planning demo also. Okay. The next is the managed costs. The managed cost is something which I told you in my earlier video where I defined, where I presented about the item group. So item group is comes under managed cost. Why? Because I have to track the accounting related information for my brake cable. So let's see if I already have created a brake item group. So I already show you, I created in my earlier video, I created two item groups. One is a spare part and vehicles. So I'm going to use spare parts item group. Okay. So that's all. So cost group, right now I'm not going to use costing group. So I will use this, I'll come to this point and I'll tell you what is the impact of this. Okay. So basically, you can define some features. How do you want to establish your costing for this product and the margins, things like that. So now I want to give a value here. Okay, I'm going to use a managed cost. I'll tell you where this information will be. Okay, captured. I'm going to say 185 bucks. Okay, for this. Okay, so these are all the informations. Now this is again this is a basic feature of an inventory ABC classification. So I am not going to deal with this. There are enough literature available for this. So this is something which part of a basic inventory classification. So I'm not going to explain in detail. So my focus is to take you through a simple product creation step and then use it in my transactions. Okay, maybe when when there's a need, I will come back here and then show you this. Okay, Okay, now again, manage projects. Again, if there is anything project, if you want to use this product against a project, I can you create a project and then map it to this product. Breakable is relevant always to a project called now setting up a basic version of vehicle. Okay, so I can create a project and then I can map this product to this. So all these item related costs will be tracked under that project. So again, on this particular tab is are not relevant to my context, so I'm not going to fill this. So this is something which I already have explained. Okay, I already in my earliest videos, one of the earliest videos, I have explained about this. Various I mean segments within F&O and how it is established, how they are classified. So I already explained about the businesses, so please refer to my one of the earlier videos, and then you'll be able to understand cost center, business center, department. Okay, I also shown a PPT presentation on various operations and legal entities. Okay, information. All right, now let me see if I have a vehicles business group. I thought I had created. If I not, I have to create one. Okay, all right, it's not there. Okay, business group auto. Okay, let me check if I have a business unit defined. I want to map this product to a purchasing a business unit, purchasing, managing. Let's say if I have anything relevant to that. Okay, business unit, manufacturing India. Okay, I can use this manufacturing India, and I'll use this, and then I want to use the cost center under that. Production, procurement. I'll use a cost center procurement, and then I'll use a department. Let me see if it is have a cost center relevant. Okay, I'll use this manufacturing India operations. This is a cost center I want to use, and then department. I want to use the procurement, procurement UK, production India. Okay, I want to use production India. I already created the production India. So this is what I want to map for this product, my brake cable. Okay, so I can, in fact, when we more specific, I can also add a business unit called purchase procurement, like I added procurement UK. So I'm just using the production because in my India center, Indian legal entity, I'm going to set up both procurement and production, and also the sales is going to be common across all legal entities of IBIN. So I'm just using production India as the department, and cost center is operations, India operation, manufacturing India operation. Okay, so this is the all that I wanted to share today, and hoping to continue this because there are so many other things which is relevant for the transactions, but at this point in time I just want to give the basic information that needed. Now having said that, I stop this present session now. I hope to see you soon in my next video with more information on products and how to start using it in the transactions. Okay, thank you so much. Feel free to add your comments, and I look forward to you. I look forward to seeing you soon in my next video. Thank you again. Bye.